My name's Terry Coop, and I give tours here at the Hooper-Bowler-Hillstrom house. It was built in 1871, and we'll just take a little tour right through the building. This is the would be a day room in its day, but for us it's really more of a knick-knack room. What would happen was the gentleman of the house would use this as an office, but we have various knick-knacks. For instance, we have our old telephone here. We have what I tell the kids, a word processor or typewriter, portable calculator right there, which weighs about 40 pounds. And most important of all, when you dial a phone, it goes back to the old rotary phones where you literally dial it. These are pictures of the Hoopers, the Bowers, and in the 1870s and 80s. This would have been the parlor here, and as you know, as we all know today, there was no movies and TV, radio, or anything, so the big question is how did people entertain themselves? And as you can see, they learned to play various musical instruments. Right there is the pump organ. And then on the bottom is a couple of pedals that you could pump your feet with to make the organ go. And this is a stereo octagon. You look through this and you got these pictures, and when you look through them, they're in 3 dimensions. People would buy books of them and they would tell stories. This is the living room here. This would have been a soft coal furnace. This was the major heat of the house in its day. This is all plasticized glass at one time, and you would use coal to burn this. This down here is a footstool. If you notice, it has cow horns for feet. And over here, this would be a courting chair. Now, to demonstrate how the courting chair would work, you'd have to, of course, take the tour. And because our tour, of course, is much more extensive than what I'm giving you today. This is an Edison phonograph, or a CD player of its day. And as many people don't realize anymore, you would put the record in the middle, put the needle down, it would spin, and you would get music out of it. The reason that you would have 3-minute songs is that the very first records were called 78s, which means they rotate 78 times per minute, and they'd only last about 3 minutes in length. These are pictures, these are the wedding pictures of Alfred and Mathilda Hillstrom. Notice she does not have a white wedding dress, because she would take the veil and then wear the dress as a church dress. These are pictures of the 2 children of Hillstroms. Notice they're both boys, and they're dressed as girls, along with this one, Frederick Hillstrom. The question is, of course, why would you dress your boys as girls when they're so young? And the answer, of course, is in those days, the zipper was not invented until 1925. So you could not unbutton your pants in time. So before they are trained to wear pants, they would have to wear girl-like dresses. This would be we're in the kitchen now, and this would be a wood-burning stove. It was, open it up like this, and this would be for making waffles. You'd cook one side, flip it over, and you'd cook the other. Cooking on a wood-burning stove was an art form, because unlike today, there's no centralized heat. So you would have to move things around to where it would be most heated. This house in its day was high tech. For instance, it had indoor water in the 1800s. The water comes from a cistern that's in the basement that was fed by rainwater from the roof. This would be a bedroom, and this is a straw tick bed with, it's a rope bed. From the rope bed, there's the old saying you've probably heard, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. The sleep tight actually originally came from the ropes, where you had to tighten them up and make them tight. The bed bugs, this is a straw tick, which sounds good, but actually they would be have vermin inside, such as bed bugs. Oddly, they would also get rats inside them, and people would actually report having rats run underneath their back during the night. This is the Chatfield room. Originally it would have been a bedroom, but we made it into this. Judge Chatfield was a traveling judge, and this was actually his desk that he would rule from as a judge. He would load it up on a wagon and take it from courthouse to courthouse and make a circuit and rule from there. Up here on the wall, you'll notice is a collection of butter dishes. This is truly a bath room, because this would be another high-tech 19th century creation, a bathtub with indoor water. Once again, the water is coming from the cistern in the basement. You would pump it up, and then you would heat the water on this wood stove, and then you could take a bath in this tub. There are no other amenities in this room. It's just purely a bath room. Well, this is another bedroom. There is a 1915 Belle Plaine pennant with the colors washed out. It's from Belle Plaine High School. This is a crib. And this is a bed with a straw tick once again, but technology marches on, so now we have a spring mattress. This is the master bedroom, and the bed, of course, and don't forget you have a separate dressers. We have a ladies' dresser and then a gentleman's dresser. And we have a couple World War I helmets that are the authentic thing. And this is a World War I uniform, and when you feel it, it is pure wool. This originally was the well for the house for the drinking water, but we put the millstone here to kind of make as a safety issue. The millstone itself was found on the river bottom, buried in the sand. It weighs approximately half a ton or more, so it was a major effort to get it here. When you look close at the millstone, you see these small grooves, and what it would do is grind grain, corn and wheat, and it would actually rotate around about 90 times per minute, so it's very rapidly rotating. The river bottom, of course, was where the milleries were. They would tend to burn down from time to time, and eventually the stone got buried in the sand and forgotten. Well, that's pretty much the abbreviated tour of the house. If you take a tour, it lasts about 45 minutes and it's much more detailed. If you want a tour, it's normally on the second Sunday of the month, May through September, from 1 to 3. How it works out this year, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'll tell you the truth, most of my tours are individual, like families that just want to take a tour. The way to get hold of me for an individual tour is to either contact the Historical Society or just contact City Hall at 873-5553. They know what to do. They'll get hold of me or give you my number, and we can go from there. And we'd like to thank you for your time. And if you want a tour sometime, let me know. We could also give tours of the Episcopal Church over there. And just give us a call and contact us, and we can see what we can do to set you up.